Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we're going to be doing another draft because it's the weekend and I need to get my points right up. So, okay, without further ado, let's jump right in. I spent a little bit and I want to take Massacre Girl. Kind of have to work around a bit. Get her, this would pretty much be my playset already. I could also just take Obnixilis. This one is just straight up removal. And pings our opponent a little bit. And I could use another copy. I'm going to... But then again, 4/4 menace for 5 is probably just as annoying. We can't wipe out a few creatures, so we need to keep that in mind. I'm gonna pass on Ob. I'm gonna take Massacre Girl. So we're gonna be on the lookout for smaller creatures or ways to take advantage of that. So amass is one way to take advantage on our part, but I don't see any here. So let's take a look at our other options. We got Narset, which slows down our opponent's card draw, though this is limited. We can assume it's mostly 1 and for 1. We can use this as a way to dig for some of our non-creature spells. Like if we have a good density of planeswalkers, this is a good way to dig. Other than that, we can always just go for, well, either decent creatures in red. I'm not taking Vampire Opportunist, not this early anyway. Could take Devouring Hellion, but we don't have anything to work with. I might pass on red for now. I'll take Narset.
There are so many mysteries to uncover.
And okay, Soren's Curse is very good. Lazartep Reaver is it's a very good early drop. Could just take Angrat's Rampage, though. If we draw this late, there is some utility. We could use it to nuke a Planeswalker. Let's give this one a try. Not taking the Wanderer this time, but so far it looks like the colors are a bit all over the place. Jace's Triumph allows us to draw cards. Kiora's Dambreaker is a good top end. Though I might take Tidebearer Giant over that. Okay, let's go for it. Also note that there are several good green cards here, but we're not going for that this time. Dread Malkin's not the card we're looking for. Davriel, kinda okay. I kinda want to look more for red since we could skip the blue altogether. I guess I could take Goblin Assailant, not the most exciting plan. Then again, Contentious Plan is not exciting either. Let's take Goblin Assailant. I'm not too high on Dread Malkin. Spark Reaver's not bad. Dusk Mantle Operative's not bad also. I could just stay mostly black for now. In which case, I'm more likely to take the Spark Reaver. It has some better synergy with our stuff so far. Yeah, no. Okay, I'll bite. I'll take black red. Burning Prophet's always been quite good. Sure, we need some non-creature spells, but we should get a good number in this set. Sarkhan's Catharsis a bit on the high, too much on the high end for me. I could hedge my bets and take Kiora's Dambreaker, but that's another 6 drop. Dovin's Veto to fill out the curve. I'll take Sarkhan's Catharsis. We might catch someone, but probably not. Okay, between Turret Ogre and Goblin Assault team. This one's kind of interesting. We could go for this that has some synergy with Massacre Girl and the assumption that Goblin Assault team survives the long haul. Turret Ogre is also not bad. It is a good defense against flyers. I'll take the Turret Ogre this time. And do I want to take it again? Or I'll take the Devouring Hellion. Now we need to be on the lookout for smaller creatures. Let's take Dog. I don't want a second Catharsis. Let's take the Neo form, but I'm not going to run it. I guess Narset's not going to make the play. I'll take Prismatic form. Caius Ghost form, sure. Something to think about. Well, here's a good Planeswalker we can try. We'll have to see if we can find a way to splash white. Shame we have to also pass the Dispark as well, but if I were to take one of these, it'll probably be Sorin. We are running more creatures. Also, shame I'm passing a lot of good black removal.
I'm Sorin Markov, Lord of Innistrad.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Angrat also.
Never seen water burn.
So this is Planeswalker.deck, but now we need to find some good creatures. I'll take Burning. I could take a Raging Crunch. Let's take Burning Prophet for now. So we're trying to find a way to splash white. Summit Sprint. We have to take Spark Harvest. That's a decent removal, even if we have to sacrifice something. Speaking of sacrifice something, Tibalt comes in.
Anger. Show us you're alive.
So at least the Burning Prophets are going to pay off. If we can find the Red Weird, that's also going to be a good payoff. Not too keen on any of these other cards. I'll take the Gateway Plaza since we are going to try to splash white. Price of Betrayal. Kind of narrow, but works. It's either that or... Well, I'm not too keen on taking either of these guys. Let's take the Price of Betrayal, but I'm probably gonna not run that. Stone Blades. I'll take Aid the Fallen. There are some cards we can get back. Now it's a good time to take Heartfire. Do I want the Banehound for the early plays? Generally not. I might rather just take another Spark Reaver, but now we have to take note that we only have one card that generates tokens. So we need to... Kaya's Ghost Form is going to do something good things for us, but I don't want multiple copies. One should be enough. I don't think I'm going to run the second Aid the Fallen. Well, Unlikely Aid is kind of unlikely, but I'll take that. Flying Blast is also unlikely. So we have something interesting. We have Karn's Bastion. We have also Samut, though. This one buffs our creatures. Has a good has a good rate. I did say I want to take Spellgorger Weird, but let's check our removal suite. We only have... Okay, this one's not... We have 1, 2, 3, 4... That's about it. We only got 4 pieces of removal. I'm tempted to take Sorin's Thirst, but the double black scares me. Eternal Taskmaster is actually quite decent. I am willing to take this one to give it a shot. But shame I'm gonna pass Karn's Bastion, but I'm gonna take this one. I will take Nahiri though. This one's also removal. Alternately, I could take Firemind Vessel. It's a 4 mana do nothing, but it allows us to cast Sorin and gives us a little incentive to get extra mana. Now I'll take Nahiri.
I never cast the first stone.
Hey, we have Sorin and Nahiri in the same set, and we're gonna take Krenko because he generates tokens. Shame I'm passing the Jaya's Greeting there. I will take Liliana's Triumph though. Mayhem Devil. We don't how much sacrifice we have? We have Spark Harvest for sacrifice, Heartfire for sacrifice, Angrat ourselves for sacrifice. I can... Okay, 2 Spark Reapers for sacrifice, Devouring Hellion. Sure, I'll take the Mayhem Devil. That one works. So now we need to look for even more cheaper creatures. I guess Invading Manticore is a mass on a stick, but I'll take the Operative. Let's keep the curve as low as possible. Now's a good time to take the Opportunist, I suppose. I could take Iron Bully as well. No, I'll take the Opportunist. Okay, we're running way too many Planeswalkers. Not all of them are going to make the cut. As far as creatures go, not all of these are going to make the cut either.
Surrender your agony to me.
I would most likely take Crocodile or Stinger because either of these are very annoying. Let's take another turret over. That's another option. Take the uncommon. Nahiri Stoneblades. Let's see if there's any future for that. I doubt it though. Crop Invader. This is Triumph. Okay, so now we have to filter through a lot of cards. First of all, 2 planes is too much. What are the ones you're likely to cut? Ashock for 1's a cut. We're not because we're not in the mill plan. Price of Betrayal is a cut. Kaya's Ghost Form is also a cut. We have enough creatures though, so I think I can afford to cut 1 or 2. So what are our weakest creatures here? Well, that's good. Goblin Assailant's a weaker creature. I'll take that out. It also makes us less red. Though we do have quite a bit of red already, so that's a concern. Actually, I might be better off just taking out the Opportunist and putting in the Assailant. Sure, we could combo with Massacre Girl, but I think there are other ways to do that. Devouring Hellion, we'll keep him. Prismite. Yeah, I would cut that. I guess I could cut one. I could cut 8 the Fallen. We have how many Planeswalkers we have? 1, 2, 3. No, 3's okay. I'm gonna cut Sarkhan's Catharsis. Bear Giant. Probably have to cut one creature as well. Our curve looks generally okay. We are quite heavy in the 2 drops. Thinking I can afford to cut one creature in my opinion. Let's say cut the Goblin Assailant. And we probably need to cut the 3 drop. Probably the Raging Crunch gives us some early aggression and gives us some decent defense. Also combos well Turret Ogre. And Crop gives us a sacrifice outlet. I'm gonna actually cut the Devouring Hellion. Sure, this one can get big easily. It's very good late. It's not that great. It's a bit scary to use early because you could get 2 for 1. And if anything, we want to make the math as confusing as possible for our opponent. So we're slightly more black than red. 2 white for Sorin. No, let's swap it around this way. We do have a Prismite, as much as I don't like running it, but one Gateway Plaza is not gonna cut it. So I guess Mayhem Devil can headline this. So we should have enough sacrifice outlets. The amount of removal is sparse, so we have to be very careful. Try to trade off with creatures if possible. I do like the chances of our deck. Guts. Though I think in terms of rares, yeah, we kind of shorted ourselves this time. Not too bad. We need one black source eventually, but we have more black than red. So I'm willing to play. Actually, this is a bit scary. We don't have most of our 2 drops are black. You know what? I'm gonna keep this. Let's hope our opponent's not okay. Arboreal Grazer, so early 2 drop was not gonna cut it anyway. Though our opponent accelerating very fast is a problem. So Mayhem Devil into Nahiri. Opponent probably has something like a Battlefield promotion. Might be a bit premature to cast that though. Then again, if you want to get aggressive, you have to go. Okay, so he's going for the Jiangyangu plan.
Mowu's body is share in my strength.
So he might. That was a very fortuitous pickup. Now, taking out the Planeswalker, well, our opponent is kind of high in manas, but the colors might be an issue. Maybe not. He probably has a 4-drop in green. No counting links, so actually he kind of delayed the board a bit. So Mayhem Devil. Whoop. Opponent probably has a way to remove this. I'm not gonna block the pouncing links. Then again, I'm not gonna block the Arboreal Grazer either. I think 3 damage should be okay. If he wants to spam his pump spells, it should be okay. Okay, he's holding back. Eternal Taskmaster enters tapped. Let's just play Turret Ogre. Twisted Pegasus, so... I could play Nahiri just to ensure we have first strike. Probably will kill it immediately, but you know what, let's go for it.
Vengeance will rain like meteors.
If we can force our opponent to use a giant growth, I guess now is a good time to do that. Eternal Taskmaster only gets creatures, so but that's okay. Need to be careful how I use. I think our opponent's trying. Oh, yeah, highlight first. See what gets affected. You will notice the first strike. Pouncing Lynx is not gonna have first strike. Technically, I could have played this, but it would have wiped out my Turret Ogre and Mayhem Devil anyway. So... yeah. That was the first strike, so... okay, we'll end the turn there. Spaceship Battalion. Again, if I play Massacre Girl, it just wipes out our board on both ends. I would probably swing first, though.
I am as granite. Don't start with me.
At least we're forcing our opponent to swing this way, so it's not bad. I could use Nahiri just to snipe one of them. I probably should.
Time for retribution.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play the Eternal Taskmaster. Massacre Girl will just get it killed, given the board as it is. So I definitely want to swing once first before I drop Massacre Girl. Never mind if some stuff gets blocked. So in theory we could kill 5 something. Okay, we didn't get the white splash. Not that it matters. Yeah, the smart play is to just block the turret over. Actually, that does benefit us because it only kills the pouncing mix, but not our Mayhem Devil without this promotion. So it gets through. Okay. Now I play the Eternal Taskmaster. Massacre Girl does nothing, so I'm gonna skip that. So what I want to do now is I actually want to attack, pay some mana, get back Turret Ogre, play it again. This unleashes the world.
Seek shelter in my stewardship. Harness the elements.
Can attack, so this becomes a... one needs to decide if he wants to attack or not. Probably will attack. If you can boost this one, that's better. So opponent is... is this an instant? Yeah, it's an instant. So first, yeah, I'm gonna snipe this down and bring this down to size a little bit. Bring back the Turret Ogre. Yeah, I'll pay 2. I think I can afford to wait at least one turn.
peace.
In fact, I think we have enough mana to both Massacre Girl, Massacre Girl. Yeah, Massacre Girl. Bring it down. Liliana's Triumph. Something dies. More stuff dies. Basically everything I have dies, including their forests. I think we'll have enough triggers to kill them all. Can we survive this battle? Yeah, we can. Attacks with all three. This becomes a 5-4. I blocked that one. Okay, that doesn't matter because I can wipe the board anyway. So the trick is I have to. We got someone. Okay, so Massacre Girl first. Liliana's Triumph. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If he's smart, he would sacrifice the Pouncing Lynx. Sacrificing force. Okay, that is... Wait, hold on. Okay, because that will kill this. You know what? I'm gonna ping Nissa.
Cease the suppression.
That kills that. Kills those. Kills those. The next turn, Sorin to give us some additional life. Then he can trigger this one more time.
The land fights for us.
More speeds here. That's fine. Burning Prophet. Get our scry on. We'll keep Spark Breaker on top.
Strife is monsters of us all.
This one damages target player or planeswalker. So first, Massacre Girl takes out Nissa.
I am in need of rest.
So we're out of the danger zone. Next we have bring back something. Hold on. It's player or wait. Return target creature. Okay, so we need to bring back a creature. Turret Ogre? Eternal Taskmaster allows me to bring back more stuff. Yeah, let's go. Let's go Taskmaster.
I demand servitude.
Probably gonna lose Sorin, but we can start buying back creatures now. One is also stuck at man. Well, we did kill 2 of his lands.
I've seen these tricks before.
Okay. Target player or planeswalker. Okay, player. Yeah, you just caught me trying to do something stupid. So pull this back. This one goes in though because I need the turret oath. I could get Mayhem Devil. This one damage any target. Now let's get Turret Ogre. Yeah, we'll lose the Taskmaster again, but Soren's been doing a good job of bringing him in the table. Now our opponent has to hold back or play another creature. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, I could have gotten an Obnix in this. With the right sequence, Massacre Girl was good. To be fair, our opponent had an out. If he let the Lynx die, that would have counted as a trigger. Well, actually, we had the Mayhem Devil, so it didn't really matter. I wasn't. But that could have been a slogfest in itself. Yeah, the Mayhem Devil on triggering on both sacrifice. If I didn't have that Mayhem Devil, that choice would have been more clear cut. So not bad, 1 win. Gone through some of our beast rares. So turn 2 Prismite is not the worst. We have the potential for a turn 4 Angrat. Into a Massacre Girl. Yeah, we're keeping this. We again need black, but at least we know. I keep forgetting to change card sleeves. Oh well. I'm gonna lead off on the double black because we don't exactly have double red, we only have single reds. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, worst 2-drop ever. It's still something. It is very specific in its purpose. Stealth mission, ooh, nice. So I'm gonna. Well, can't block this one per se. I can double block it though. Just not today. So let's take more hits. So the way to kill this one is if our opponent actually dumps enough creatures. So opponent hits us. I'm worried this is a Crush Descent, but I'm hoping he's actually playing as something else. Yeah, it's not something else. Yeah, because now I can't block this. Stealth mission. You can even see it's the same person. That's a flavor win. Please not Crush Descent. It's Crush Descent. No, Crush Descent's creature spells. Or is that non-creature? There's something.
Here, monsters. Ramming speed.
Now, unfortunately, the math is 1/1, 2/2, 3/3. So this becomes a 1/1. I need one more creature to die to deal with this threat, all in all. Swinging for me. Okay, no blocks. I'll take the damage first. Okay, perfect. That wipes everything. So, Massacre Girl. So, kills that. Kills that. Kills that. Kills that. You can see this. You can see the gears running through my head. Okay, now let's.
The only
Now let's
prize
again.
I desire is your head.
If you didn't play that, I could have just amassed again. Okay, so Kaya to move this.
You won. Sometimes people realize
That's fine.
it's
We
not
have- So now the game truly begins. I could play the land, play Spark Reaper. If our opponent tries to do something, I can Spark Reaper in response. Sure. First, let's take this down.
Lucky hit.
I can also Spark Reaper Angrat because currently the board he's not exactly doing well. Our opponent's on 2 cards. Let's see what he's got. I don't think he's got anything. And I can activate this in instant speed, so not bad. So insurance. Nice thing is Liliana's Triumph is an
You better watch your back from here on out.
and I guess we play Tidebearer Giant. No, I'll hold back. Opponent's got some. Or maybe not. At least if we can hold up Liliana's Triumph when our opponent's down to exactly 1 creature, I'm all for it. Fortunately, Angrat's Rampage is a sorcery, but I'm not gonna complain too. But it's still decent. Now it's our turn to beat with 4/4, virtually. Okay, end the turn. Opponent has to have something. Okay, Sky Theater Strix, sure. I want him to play a second. He's gonna play. Is there an enchantment he can play? I know there's stealth mission. Sorcery. Okay, so nothing to block. I'm actually willing to let Angrat die at this point. No, I might just use Spark Reaper instead. Well, the alternate plan is he tries to cast something. Highest form. Hold on. He might still have a counter spell. It's sacrifice. Sure, resolve. Indestructible and sacrifice. Okay, so that wiped out his entire board. Contentious plan. Yeah, he's drawing a card. I don't need to draw a card at this point. Actually, we have way too much mana, so I'm going to just play Tide Bearer Giant next turn. I think this is good game. Like, our opponent was waiting for that one moment. Now, thankfully, there is no direct damage. Final Skylord. Okay, sure. We can't. I can still bypass both, and there's no Angrat's Rampage. Actually, this is the one case where I can keeping Angrat alive all this time worked wonders. I should play 2 damage. Yeah. Writing definitely on the wall. He couldn't block with both creatures anyway. Yeah, I was about to take that option away from him. So, doing quite well. I'm actually relatively happy with this one. So, okay, let's keep going on with this one. We are at 2 wins so far, not too bad. Liking how the deck synergizes. Liking how we have some incidental ways of drawing cards. Yeah, Spark Reaper, always pretty good. So we do go into Spark Reaper, so I will keep this one. I'm noticing we are a turn 3, turn 4 deck, so there are some decks that are generally faster. Boros is slightly faster. Rakdos is quite fast also. Gruul can be fast. So Spark Reaper having 3 toughness is a thing. So, again, hoping to draw into black mana. White mana would not be too bad also. I guess I'm usually scared to run 2 planes for just 1 splash card because there is especially if it well, the white contributes to Sorin, it also contributes to Nahiri, but I am main black, if only ever so slightly. It still scares me quite a bit. Okay, well, I was just guessing AFK. Okay, we got the turn 3 Krenko. I sincerely doubt he's gonna get through. He's probably... Oh, he didn't have that. Okay. There are many things that can kill this guy, but there are also many things that can kill this guy as well. Yeah, let's play Krenko. Let's force our opponent to have an answer. If we can get this off and running, it'll be glorious. If not, it's okay too. Well, at least we got that out of the way. That would have been really annoying in action when the board became more complicated. Now, unfortunately, because of my greed, if I don't draw another... Okay, we drew another land, so that's good news. So I'm going to run the turret over first. Next turn, Gateway Plaza, Spark Reaper. Hopefully, I don't have to use Massacre Girl with this guy out on board, but currently the board is very empty. I could just play Sorin instead. The lifelink will be annoying. So Silverwing is not... Maybe you could tell me what... I wish you could tell me what the top of my library is. Well, not all situations though. So... Gateway Plaza... We need the black. I can just play the Mayhem Devil. If I draw another mana, Spark Reaper becomes a surprise. I could have held this back, but we need to start dealing damage. If we can convince our opponent to swing back and play something, that would be okay too. So, next turn, optimal plan Sorin. Yeah. I need to kill a 1/1 and a 2/2 to kill all the... It'll kill my entire board, which is not great. If he's gonna off the Mayhem Devil, that's actually fine. Because I don't have my engine up and running yet. That's mediocre-ish. Okay, we got our 6th man. I'm gonna do no attacks first. If our opponent happens to play an X1, I'm gonna sacrifice Turret Ogre immediately. Well, not immediately, and at my turn. I could also, yeah, get the Mayhem Devil trigger. This one hits any target. Opponent's really considering this board. He knows he probably knows for sure he can't attack Saheeli Silverwing without getting blocked. Okay, resolve. I'm willing to take the 2 damage. Okay, he's going for that. Sure, resolve that. I need those cards. So, yeah, resolve all those triggers. That's not too bad.
Try not to think
Pass.
too hard.
Okay, I couldn't sacrifice Turret Ogre, but that does nothing. So take 1 more damage.
It is just
Not too bad. Sacrifice a target player sacrifices a Planeswalker. Actually gonna play Nahiri. Attack with Turret Ogre.
Soldier in my army.
Well, he's not gonna notice the first strike. So Nahiri will take a few hits, but we should be just fine. Next turn, my plan is to play Sorin. Massacre Girl is still... It's basically still on the table. I'm still waiting to have that Still waiting for that X1 to hit the board. Our own lack of X1s might be an issue, but it's okay. It's kind of interesting. We get both to get Sorin and Nahiri both on our side of the board. It'd be interesting if it was on the opposite side, but hey, I'll take what I can get. One's thinking really hard. He knows on board he could just nuke this for 2. That's about it. Cyclops. It deals target creature where X is the number of sorcery, and that's 1. Okay, that's X equals 1. Okay. I thought you would have hit this one so that when you attack with this one it would have been fine. This doesn't exactly have haste. So the interesting thing is I can attack with both now. Let this one take damage. Massacre Girl wipes out the rest of the board. Okay, I'm gonna play Soren first. Let's gain some damage.
I'll taste your neck. You taste my blade.
Probably remembers I have first strike. You didn't forget that, right? I might not need to play Massacre Girl at all. Okay, so first strike. So if I play Massacre Girl now, it wipes our entire board. Not exactly to my advantage. I can wait it out a bit. Sorin returned creature card. Sure. Let's get Krenko back. Oh, I could get Mayhem Devil back.
There's the darkness within.
Opponent's probably incentivized to hit Sorin now. You want to get rid of Nahiri, but if you can get rid of Nahiri, good. Go for it. Grim Initiate. Okay, this guarantees I can wipe the entire board now. Yeah, thanks to my own Krenko. I want him to play some more creatures. There's no toughness high enough that it'll survive. In fact... Okay, sure.
As I bleed, so shall
Play something.
you.
Come on, play something big. Play something big, so... Well, Devouring Hellion... Let's see what he sacrifices. If he sacrifices the Grim Initiate, I will have to attack with Krenko. If he sacrifices token... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Okay, I think there are enough... Oh, there are enough triggers. He's left an X1. And, okay, so... This dies 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this 6 triggers. That's enough. But that means all of them have to stay. I can attack first, but I can't risk this one dying. So let's see if I did the math right. No, first things first. Let's make sure we did the math right.
I abhor my need for blood.
I'm gonna keep the first one. So that's one trigger. That's another trigger. That's a tree. There, that's enough triggers. Yep, wipe the board. And we can start buying our smaller creatures back. Probably, well, guess what? I'm buying Krenko. Yeah, so Krenko was the correct play in that case after all. Worst case scenario, I would have used the Spark Reaper to kill one of our Planeswalkers. Massacre Girl. I'm gonna swing, there's no reason to. Fortunately, that means there's also no reason to protect him, so... Unfortunately, these are all X trees. Take Krenko again.
Embrace the bloodlust.
Why am I willing to lose him now? One, because I am going to lose to turret ogre anyway. I could have just stalled out so that our opponent would lose both. No, it doesn't mean our opponent doesn't have removal. Our opponent still has to have something like another creature. Because this attack is very obvious. So if I have to make a dud attack, I'm still getting at least 2 1/1s. I do have another Spark Reaper. No, that's it. Let's empty the board. It would be a problem if our opponent had their own Massacre Girl. But we would be able to buy some time at least. Definitely blocking. There's no reason not to block at this point. Our opponent has to play multiple creatures just to block Massacre Girl, otherwise it's guaranteed 4 damage. We'll need to block multiple 1/1s to prevent the 5th. Basically, same adage as in chess, the one who's leading wants to trim down resources so that you can simplify the board, your board mind state. Starting. Okay, he's got 1/1 and got their own Massacre Girl. Who would have thunk? So that wipes out our entire board. So this is the Massacre Girl meta. Yeah, she's really good. Return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. Return target planeswalker card from the graveyard to your hand. Okay, I know what I'm getting. I guess I am getting Massacre Girl and okay, Sorin. Okay, Sorin or Nahiri. Nahiri I won't be able to kill, just attacks it. Sorin, yeah, it's got Sorin. Okay, if I play Sorin, I could get back Raging Crunch or Spark Reaper or whatnot. No, let's just play Massacre Girl. Our opponent is resource light, so that he could have his own burn spell, in which case I'm going to have to just use Sorin. He needs to have a removal spell. Engaging magic or kind of because he can double block. So play Burning Prophet. So slide that to the bottom. Now we're in the interesting position where I can either buy back another creature, or I can just ping our opponent. If I bought back another creature, it's not Krenko. Spark Reaper draws his cards, but it's right. Raging Crunch. Let's ping.
Time for a drink. We all make sacrifices.
Opponent has a Sunblade Angel. We need some removal for that. Okay, good. Burning Prophet's not that. Unfortunately, I cannot attack with Massacre Girl because Invading Manticore just gets through. That's the problem. Could I have just got no attacks? I could double block. Like Sunblade Angel's gonna get through, so it's gonna go down to 1. One's going to go back up to 6. Massacre Girl. Yeah, doesn't matter. Just. Then use Sword for the third time.
Become dummy death.
Maybe I should put the second 8 to follow. Spark Harvest. That stays on top. So now we're in an interesting situation. Our opponent needs to double block. He can only block one. He'll most likely block Massacre Girl. I'll only take out the... Okay, this is a massive one. We can trim our opponent's life total slightly. And we know we have a Spark Harvest afterwards. Okay, so let's do the math. These two block... No, it's most likely these two blocks this one. If he wants to gain life, he will block with Sunblade Angel, but this is the more likely bet. So at least we take out the token. It's not the best use, but at least we get the damage through. We will lose Angrath, but if our opponent gets a bit antsy, we have Spark Harvest up top. So we have virtually 6 damage on board.
Best start thinking fast.
I unfortunately have to use it on Sunblade Angel. Because that's their catch-up mechanism. And Crop Invader, sure, we'll keep that one. Can't attack. But we have a healthy enough life total that our opponent has to respect it and leave someone back. So it's got their own Spark Harvest. That's fine. So he can swing with both if he dares. Most likely just swing with Massacre Girl. So I can play Crop Invader. I can swing, but well, it has first strike on my turn, so that's not good. Fortunately, my Mayhem Devil's already in the grave. Under Burning Prophet, sure. Interesting board state. I can just take the 4 for now, then swing with just the Crop Invader. Because he can block with this one. I will have to sacrifice 2, but I think it's worth it just to get that out of the way. Now, hopefully my next draw is not a dud. Opponent having cards also scares me when I don't. Does he have a response? I have to go for it. Not the best use. I'm gonna start taking a lot more. Yeah. Can't be helped. Now I really wish I had Sarkhan's Catharsis. So I guess we're... Ooh! He has his own Sorin as well. Okay, yeah, this is definitely game. He's gonna gain all that life. Yeah, good game. Kind of close, but no cigar. Did we have any card draw options? No, I did not take any. Well, our card draw engine was basically the Spark Harvesters. Nonplus. That was a relatively good game. Our opponent had the removal after all, so that was okay. So probably won't play the Prismite immediately. Tempted to play Duskmantle Operative, but I'm actually gonna try to play the Gateway Plaza because we don't well, it depends. If we draw another land, which we did not, we'll play Gateway Plaza. Get it out of the way. Alberconas. I guess we can... Yeah, if our opponent is just getting this kind of card, we can safely play Crinkle. Doesn't mean our opponent doesn't have removal, but... It'll be interesting. I attack, and then I'll have tokens available for Heartfire. Tyrant Spawn. Okay, at least we got it out of the way. Come on, another mana. Nope. Eternal Taskmaster will be annoying. Okay, let's play Eternal Taskmaster. Let's see if that opponent has a good Tyrant Spawn. Probably not gonna block anyway, given the number of combat tricks in the... Still want to draw into another mana though. Rescuer Sphinx may return target non-mana. Okay, here's the trick. I can play Prismite, I can snipe this. At least you get it out of the way. And I have to get it out of the way. That is a very big creature. You know what? This pass. Yeah, we're kind of signaling something, but our opponent has to play something. I'm suspecting he would play the Augur Bolas first, in which case I will Heartfire in response. At least that's one mana less to worry about. So I'm hoping to draw into one more mana so I can string with Taskmaster and play something else. No escape, counter target creature, planeswalker spell. We'll have options. I guess I can just buy back the Prismite and cast it again, see if he uses it there. So if I attack with this one, it just blocks and dies. I guess now is a good time to Spark Reaper. What I can do is I can just empty out our board. We're not drawing mana first. Here's the thing, I could attack with the Taskmaster knowing I'll get something back. But then I'd have an empty board afterwards. I'd rather do this first. I don't think our opponent is likely to just keep holding up no escape forever now that counter spells are very good if your opponent doesn't see it coming. That said, I'm gonna force him to counter this. Okay, I'm gonna force him to counter this. You got it? Use it. He gets a scry. Well, he gets to exile it, so we won't get this ever again. This is one I want to get again, so that's okay. And if I don't provide an enticing enough target, then again I think if I just cast Spark Reaper, he probably would have countered it anyway also. Unless you're saying you have that sort of instant. Okay. If I attack with Dustmantle Operative, I can at least take out the 1/1 token, not great. If I attack with Eternal Taskmaster, okay. No attacks for now. We're not in a sure winning position, so I'm still waiting off. In fact, our opponent has a single black also. Our opponent is bound to cast this one if he's signaling to have anything more than... If he does cast Tamiyo's Epiphany, he's signaling that he has a double black spell or another color in play. This next is okay. That one went out the drain, so I'm gonna take some damage here. And Grad gives me a mass, so he's forced to double block. Definitely taking Aid the Fallen. We have uses. We're assuming we're going to lose Angra next turn.
If you want it,
that's probably one of the best cards to buy back. Eternal Taskmaster getting exiled is annoying, but that one could not be helped. At least this okay. At least damage gets through or we nuke the token. Now we place the Epiphany. If we draw one more mana, we can play Spark Reaper, leave the option. Play Spark Reaper, amass again, so this becomes a 4. Yeah, we want to amass again, make this a 4/4. But I also... Oh wait, no, we're... Aid the Fallen's okay too, actually. Foundation, strike that card.
Shiver my horns and hammer.
Guess we can't amass, so we'll wait on it. Well, because if I just bought back the creature again, yeah, we have to convince our opponent to. Okay, that was a given, so we'll take out the token. Cast your second spell each turn. So that's the second spell, so it's a 3/4.
Ram a new
There's a
course.
Spark Reaper, so I'm definitely casting that. Probably should just cast Aid the Fallen now. So creature, we got Spark Reaper already, so I'm getting Crinkle, getting Angrath, keeping Liliana's Triumph on top. So we are still having mana problems. Definitely not attacking. Still has one Eternal Taskmaster too. And that's a 4/5 I'm staring down. Unfortunately, Liliana's Triumph is no big against Triumph. So we're gonna take 4, 5, 6, 7, another 8 damage next turn. Fortunately, the best bet now is to just cast Crinkle. Can you swing with well, not everyone. Let's just swing with 2. I don't want the other Burning Prophet this time. So I can block some cards in the ground. It's gonna get Reservoir Safe back. It's also gonna be very giant. Yeah, us getting stuck on mana was a problem. Opponent being able to draw cards with the Epiphany was also a big issue. So yeah, I probably want to hold. You don't have the mana for the Taskmaster. You probably want to hold that back. Yeah, so down to 1. We're definitely lost this game. Yep, that was a loss. If we drew Massacre Girl, I would have had to attack with Krenko first to generate the 1/1 tokens needed. That was my out, but it's can't get an out forever. So at least I get some damage through my last horror of sorts. Yeah. That's it. No turret ogre. Would a second turret ogre been okay? Probably. So we're now a bit on the decline, but at least we got 2 wins under our belt. Let's see if we can maintain that silver 3 rank. Okay, so any loss ends the run for us. Could we have made choices that would have gotten us around that? Probably. Just casting the Spark Reaper. Well, the Mayhem Devil over Spark Reaper, not really. Our opponent managed to get a good swarm over the board. We lost a lot of land drops along the way. We were playing stuff, but we were not keeping up with the Joneses on that one. So it's not sham. This one's scary, but any 1 mana, even if it's black, will do, or white will do it. No, I'd still prefer to get red mana soon. But Spark Reapers is not bad. It's not optimal. I would prefer to get a 4-drop, right?
Not to brag, but my friend's kind of a big deal. Fishy here.
Now, this is usually a better mid to late game Planeswalker. That's a very weird position. Gonna hold off a bit first. If our opponent has a combat trick, our opponent's down to 1. I could have played Angrat. Let's play Raging Crunch. Now, Cure at least, it was 3 mana, gained 6 life over 2 turns. So not too bad.
Let's get moving.
White Scale Crocodile, there's Liliana's Triumph. Okay, that's not gonna do it. Well, Angrat does it actually.
Never seen water with ramming speed.
So our opponent is forced to block, is forced to take care of Angrat, which, well, or he could just leave a creature behind. In which case my option would be, okay, maybe not snipe the Prismite yet. Okay, can't be...
The fire's out.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, that's all. Yeah, that's it. Your opponent was forced to take out Angrat. What did it cost you? Everything. Sorry, still get... Anyway, that was an Infinity War spoiler, not an endgame spoiler, so... Come on, it's only been years. Though, to be fair, I know some people who have not seen Iron Man, the first one, or any of the other Iron Mans to this date, so... Hard to say. I suppose if you are in the habit of watching... I don't want to call... If you're into pop culture, maybe... Okay, at least we got turn 2 Burning Prophet. Scares me with the lack of black mana, but at least we know we're close to drawing it. Any mana at least gives us Raging Crunch, so we have that option. And watch me get burned over, so... Also scary that our only non-creature spell that can help dig us out of this is black, not red. Skydiver. Okay, we got it. So I guess I play Raging Crunch because at least I can swing with both. It's gonna take... Our opponent's probably gonna start swinging, probably gonna start dumping counters. This might be the stealth mission plan. Reputation. Sure. It's not the end of the world. Sorin, it's a bit premature. I'm sad I'm gonna have to put him in the bottom.
My sword is your death knell. You can't escape the avalanche.
So next turn Mayhem Devil. Hopefully he can get okay, Spark. So maybe Devil first. A little bit of patience here. I could cast 8 of... No, you need targets for... You need at least one target, so that's not in the... That's not in the books. Eternal Sky Lord. Okay, target creature. Sacrifice this one. Target you. Keep Krenko on top. Play Ancrop Invader. I'm willing to trade Ancrop Invader. Because we know we have an Aid the Fallen if we have to. I'm also willing to dunk Nahiri if I have to as well. Also interesting that if our Ancrop Invader survives, I can just sack this. I can't exactly sack this. Our opponent has to deal with this one first though. I would like to get Krenko down though. Steady supply of one wants to sack. Opponent is kind of trying to deal with Nahiri. It's very possible. I'm trying to think. Callous Dismissal. It's a 3/3. You can snipe this one. That's actually fine because I know what I have next.
I care not for flesh wounds.
Uniform, sacrifice, and you. Argyle Razor. Let's. Okay. I'm gonna just play Tranquil. Could swing with both, but I'm not gonna. I only get 1 damage, so it's not worth it. Morris Dambreaker, so kinda need removal for this guy. It's just getting mana, but that's not too bad. Even if I swing with this one, it's not too bad either. Actually, I'm gonna play the Ancrop Invader first. So I can ping for 2. So if we lose Krenko, that's okay. I just Aid the Fallen. Opponent. Aid the Fallen, but our opponent is giving us the opportunity to... I could have just sacrificed Krenko instead. That's a bit boneheaded of me. Yeah, that was unnecessarily complicated. I'll keep the Nahiri up. It might convince our opponent to hit Nahiri, in which case Aid the Fallen does wonders. Really could use that 6 mana right about now. It's a good thing I didn't bother trying to keep Sorin. Sorin also does wonders, but Not in this situation. More. Oh, he's gonna keep him alive. Sacrifice another creature. So I could sacrifice these two. Opponent cannot just leave it unblocked. Because I can just sack to get the extra ping. Yeah, it has to do it like that. So 3, 4. No, I'll lose the Ancrop Invader. That one is expected. Ironically, the trick is to I'm actually gonna leave Nahiri alive. I don't have to cast 8 the Fallen just yet. I want to force our opponent to use his own resource. Vivian Champion of the Wilds. Probably gonna use it to dig up a creature of some sort.
Strike now! Strike hard!
That works too.
I will come for you another day.
Vivian's Grizzly. I'll probably cast 8 the Fallen later. I'm just gonna go with Tiger Giant. Burning Prophet's good. So I can Burning Prophet, 8 the Fallen. Probably gonna grab Invader again. I could also grab Raging Crunch, just get because we know he can get some of the beats going. This guy's a problem. He's gonna grow bigger over time. Well, at least he can't block Dust Mantle anymore, so he has to hold this one back.
Have you ever lost a home?
So you should assume that's a creature at least. Okay, so and we need to think of the sequence. 8 the Fallen. Oh wait, there is a sequence. So we need to get Mayhem Devil because we're about to make our opponent sacrifice something. So when our opponent sacrifices, we'll assume he sacrifices Skydiver, that's a given. Ping for 1. I could also ping the Vivian's Grizzly for 1 to make sure that if Dusk Mantle blocks, that goes through. So it's a combination of Nahiri, so I'm hoping our opponent attacks, but he knows Nahiri is coming. Man, this board's getting complicated by the second, and I have to assume he has an additional creature. That's 2 additional creatures. It'll be interesting if I actually draw Massacre Girl now.
Tear it down!
Nope,
Tear it all
Heartfire.
down!
Oh wait, that's it. Something should just draw that last card. Apologies to our opponents, that was literally off the top of our deck, but I only had 1 Heartfire this time. Anyway, 4 wins, doing quite well. Whew, this is a bit of a longer stretch of a match. Massacre Girl doing wonders. Although that one matchup, who would have thunk that our opponent's gonna have their own Massacre Girl Massacre Girl. Well, it is a rip off Massacre Worm. Okay, this one's a bit scary, but we do get all our colors. And we do get, okay, not optimal. We are more than 50% to draw a land, but... And we drew it, so... Probably play Tibalt first. No, we'll play Spark Reaper first. Yes. No, I'm gonna play Tibalt first. I suspect...
I would be honored. Great. My assistants are painfully sloppy.
Let's see what is the life gain effect. I have to assume there's a life gain effect if you're running this one. They didn't put this one for sure. Let's just proliferate. If he attacks with a Johnny, the block and ping will kill it. Yeah, Tibalt's quite good. Game home. So I can play Spark Reaper or Raging Crunch. I'm gonna play Raging Crunch. He can still block. He can block on him.
The more, the messier.
Yeah, slightly out of sequence. And we can snipe the... And we have the option to snipe the Banehound. Opponent is going for the Proliferate plan. We'll play Nahiri next turn. Maybe. Depends if we draw another land. Okay. Right on schedule. I have choices though. Let's be honest, I'm gonna play Angrath.
You're just
Nest.
come on.
No attacks. Next turn we can play... Well, I'm scared of an Elder spell. He makes us discard...
Much. A mind is a terrific thing to
Nahiri's actually the best one now. I'm gonna discard the Spark Reaper. I'm gonna use Angrath's Rampage to nuke the Planeswalker, Liliana's Triumph on a pinch. Let's make sure not to click ourselves accidentally.
Ramming speed.
I'm actually gonna swing with this guy. Even if he blocks with one of his bigger guys, my goal is to snipe the token before he gets Proliferate shenanigans up. It's obviously not having any. Opponent is kind of flooded though. This could be a 6-drop. Okay, so I'm gonna lose both Planeswalkers. But let's nuke as much of his resources as possible.
I've weathered tougher storms.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing now is I can... Let's see. Sorcerer Griffin, sure. So I need to start paring these guys down first. Which means I have to swing with these two. Actually, this gives me all the mana I need.
Justice will be served, molten from the core of my soul.
First strike does wonders. He could just opt to take the hit. X equals 1. Snipe the Banehound.
Burn.
So I have options now. Probably I'll just block Yasutep Reaver. I will lose Nahiri in the process, but I can then snipe one of the creatures out. Let's see what this card is, so. Yep, that's expected. Yeah, you have to swing at everyone, and you know I'm gonna block with the devil token. Yeah, you have to attack with everyone if you're gonna kill Nahiri. No, he's gonna whiff on it. Might have an effect though. It's not Gideon's
This is
trying.
an injustice!
So, might be... Yeah, he's gonna keep up a blocker. Still first strike though. Well, this could be Gideon something, but I have to go for it. This could be Gideon's Triumph. I have to go for it anyway. There's no reason, especially if I'm not drawing anything else, there's no reason to hold back. Battlefield Promotion gets first strike too, so yeah, those even cancel each other out. No, this guy can't attack, but that's... Yeah, it's relatively okay. We could still be in trouble though. It's basically first one to draw something relevant. I think our opponent forgot that the Raging Punch cannot attack anymore. I'll take it though. It could also be a case of if he didn't draw the creature back then, he's afraid I would have drawn the creature first. Made some sense though. Both of us are more or less in par on lands. I'm just slightly more. I think it was a heat of the moment thing though. Yeah, you have to remember, Raging Crunch is not a 4-3 without any downside. Okay, so now we're moving on to our next game. Yep, this is silver. We all start at some point, so opponent goes first, but we have some turn 3 plays, and we have an Angrat's Rampage if we have to. Not instant speed, so it's not the best option, but still something. Actually considering making a mono black attack the hand deck. Basically make lots of discard, sacrifice as a part of the trigger. Okay, so we have Tibalt as an option too. Now drop something really important. That's not important enough. So we'll play Eternal Taskmaster instead, which our deck is so kind of feature. He might not... He's probably not going to swing. Well, neither am I. Interesting options though. I'm going to actually play the Antcrop Invader first. Because if I draw another land, I can Tibalt tick down, then get the creature that I can swing with the 4/2s for striker. Okay, I guess we're not swinging with 4/2. Crankle, King Street, Kingpin. This is a cheap way to get tokens down. It's also a cheap way to get sacrifices. I'm actually gonna play Tibalt first. Start it straight down. Reason being, our opponent does not exactly have a profitable attack we can block. We'll force him to use a combat trick just to block. just to, or at least just to get through. Still doesn't answer Tybalt quite yet. Still need that land though. White would be really awesome. Well, white's not that. White is okay, I guess. It also helps Nahiri. Double black would be nice. We know we have a Massacre Girl up available. If not, I just Angrat's Rampage or a creature that leaves me 1 mana option for Ancrop Invader. If our opponent tries to take this guy, take out Tybalt, I'm perfectly fine with that. Fine Strike. Nissa's Triumph. 2 forests. If he swings, I might be willing to lose the Eternal Taskmaster.
I guess I cracked first.
Okay, there's our 4th mana.
I will have revenge for Zendikar.
And the most expensive. Let's deal with
Wash
the
you
Iron.
like a roach.
No attacks yet. We'll save that for next turn. I want to get Krenko down. I want to find a way to trade with the Snare Spinner at least before I commit to Angrat's Rampage. Eternal Taskmaster is not going to get Tybalt back. We need to aid the fallen. First strike. I'm perfectly fine with that. He could attack representing Bank Road. We opted not to. Could just Angrat's Rampage now just to get it over with. Yeah, because no, I have to assume you're playing a Planeswalker if you're playing with that many lands. I want to nuke the Planeswalker, not this guy. And if you're running Karn's Bastion, I really have to assume a Planeswalker or some sort of strategy. Spark Reaper. Interesting enough, I can swing it. Oh, I should have swung with Krenko. He probably will not commit the Primordial Worm though. He's more likely to just commit the Snare Spinner. This is a good target for Angrat's Rampage. White mana. You can sacrifice. Choose a creature or Planeswalker is still to attack instead resolve. So, chosen by good. So, it redirects here. But let's get rid of that. That's a complicated way to get rid. He could have just blocked it directly. It would have done the same thing. Single combat. Each player chooses. Okay, let's read that again. Sacrifices the rest. Okay, keep Crinkle. No, I guess now is the time to make him sack that. And oh, they can't cast creature of Planeswalker spells until next turn, so oh, he got rid of his so much for single combat there. So now he plays Spark Reaper. I will swing with all, including the tokens. Gideon sacrifice, because Gideon sacrifice wrecks us here. Let's be. He could have the Divine Arrow, but I will still have one. This would get. Our opponent technically flooded. Well, he even witnessed us. Tossing the sword. Definitely has to block Crank. Oh, he's blocking the token. Give us a card. Yeah. Oh, I actually forgot to gain life with this guy too. So after that long struggle, we are now down to the very last game. We can do this. Actually a very long episode. Well, we did the two losses we had were very long. This last game was also relatively long, all things considered. Yeah, the Gideon sacrifice was kind of weird. Maybe it's because our opponent forgot I guess that might be one issue that some people have with War of the Spark Limited. There are so many onboard tricks you can fall into. And we Taskmaster into Spark Reaper, we have Triumph option, one more mana gives us Turret Ogre. Definitely keeping this. Could use another black mana, but I guess it's okay. Ask and you shall receive. Play the Taskmaster. Opponent has to play something by now, in which case I just cast Liliana's Triumph. I'll probably do that because Liliana's Triumph is going to get that light shield one way or another. It's not optimal, but well, the Turret Ogre is the one other thing that can kill it, but it's probably gonna kill something else instead. Actually, that's a good question. Would you have just waited, just held back? But knowing our deck needs to deal damage quickly. Well, okay, so kind of a good decision to hold back if our opponent's relying on new horizons. So I'm definitely playing Spark Reaper next turn. I'm pretty sure opponent's not gonna block. 2 damage is just 2 damage. It's also unfortunate our opponent is forced to play the New Horizons first. But sometimes that's how the mana crumbles. Next turn we can play Turret Ogre, or we can hold, but we won't be able to hold up Spark Reaper. What are the things I'm hoping for? Angrat would be really nice. Yeah, nuking Teo's Light Shield. It gave us some momentum until our opponent drops a reasonable 5-drop. There's the reasonable 5-drop. And we're kind of flooded right now, so we're gonna have to hold back. I might just be forced to chump with this, then attack with Eternal Taskmaster to buy the turret ogre back. Or I could use it by Spark Reaper back and cast it immediately, assuming I keep drawing land. Kind of painful. The other plan is just I might just take 5 damage. Though it's more likely our... Well, let's see. Our opponent has 3 mana up. That's a battlefield promotion waiting to happen. I could just chump with Spark Reaper. The opponent didn't bite. Okay, this is very greedy. Our opponent should be expecting something. If he just blocks Spark Reaper, I could just sack it. Yeah, I could just sack it, draw a card. Well, sequencing is not right, but I'll take it. Still something though. So, Wonder Strike, exiling that. Yeah, sure. The proliferate is the killer part there though. Okay. There's our engine. We can afford to take another. We can afford to take another 6 damage, I guess. I will be forced to block Poland Bright though. Nice. Well, he does have trample, so I have to be careful. I might be forced to double. Yuck. Evo Sage. I want to attack with Crankle first. Yuck.
It's a doggy-filling
He could
world out
boost this
there.
up to a 9, in which case I'll be forced to wipe my entire... Oh, that's okay.
We'll do this together.
Oh no, he's gonna land. Yuck. So the interesting thing is I can block. Oh, he's not. Wait. Yeah, he's going through. Oh wait, okay, let's do the math here. Attack with Krenko, it dies. It will kill these two, kill this. Okay. Math is hard. Yeah, this is enough to get this ball rolling. And if he tricks it down to 6, that might off it too. Okay, time to do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I only... Okay.
We'll seek a new path.
Yeah, that's enough triggers. Whew! That was very close. Math is hard. Please don't tell me he has a giant growth. Well, if he has a giant growth, he'll play it now. Then it's a race. Nope, we didn't have the giant growth. Thank goodness. Could have been a battlefield promotion. Yeah, that would have saved it exactly. Though. Okay. I'm literally gonna save the Aid the Fallen until he plays something reasonable. Well, technically, Congrats, Rampage. Okay, technically I can... Okay, let's swing first. It's kind of greedy though, but I have to do... Okay. Aid the Fallen, return target creature, returning turret ogre. That brings him down to 1. And if he draws a bit... Yeah, he'll need multiple blockers. And we did it. Ay, ay, ay. It's a hard-fought road, but we made it to silver 1. We finished the run 7-0, all on the back of Massacre Girl. You can already tell what the splash screen's gonna have. So it's actually nice, even the sacrifice triggers and whatnot. So that's this episode, the Magic Arena Run. That's okay. Really good I dare say so myself. I'm happy with this episode. If you're happy with this episode also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Next time we're going to have another constructed. I have 2 options in my mind. Nice wild card. We'll see which one I push through with it. Actually, I have several. I think I have enough Planeswalkers for multiple options. We'll see. Let's make it a surprise of sorts. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care.